Hey everybody, I'm John and Collect Cards. Hope you're doing well. It's Tuesday, May 23rd, 2023. This is a VR for Clementi Collector. Theo, this is a little response to your call for videos showing some cheap slabs. So happy to participate in this. I'm going to run through 7 really quick. For at least quick for me, and happy to share here. So I got first off, I'm going to go in reverse chronological. So the most recent, in terms of card year, is this 1991 Topps Roger Clemens. It's an old school SGC label, Mint 9. I got this for all of, let's see, I wrote the prices down and everything on this, looking it up on eBay. $12.20 was the total with shipping. My bid win for this was $7.02. So, and this is one of my, and this is actually the least expensive, this is the cheapest of the cheap slabs, is this one right here. And this is actually one of my favorite cards all time, of at least in modern, I'd say, in like, you know, the from 81 on. This is one of my favorite images of like any modern card. And you know, I'm a Yankee fan, and so I obviously I don't root for the Red Sox, never will, even though my dad was a Red Sox fan the entire time, my entire life, in terms of when I knew him. But this is just a great shot. This is basically a short print before there were short prints, and this is like a Stadium Club shot, right when Stadium Club, I guess, was coming out. But like, I wish we'd see more of this in flagship as base cards, like the standard one. And, you know, it doesn't have to be for everybody, but this is like, when I saw this, and I pulled this from a pack the first time, and I just got this in the last, like, 6 months maybe, because when I got back in the hobby, like, suddenly this card memory came back to me. I just happen to love this card. It's so cool. You know, I don't want to say imaginative. It's almost obvious. It's like, why didn't they make this why didn't they take this picture maybe even the year he struck out 20? You know, they could have made this card for 1987 Topps. I think he struck out 20 in 86. So anyway, this is not only is it a super cheap slab, but it's also one of my favorite cards, you know, in the modern era. So I just love it. So I'm gonna keep that up there for a bit. Just wanted to describe my thoughts about the card, in addition to it being, you know, super cheap. The next ones I'm going to show are from the 1978 Hall of Fame project I'm doing here, where I'm trying to collect all of the Hall of Famers in either 8s or 7s or 8s. Right, so far I've got 12 cards, and they're all in 8s actually. And I'm going to show 4 examples of them right here. This one just came today in the mail, Jim Palmer. I paid $20.67 out the door for this one. $15 was the price. So the thing with the cheap slabs, it's like part of the hunt is really trying to find shipping deals on here, because when you're getting a cheap slab and you're paying $5 or more to have it shipped, it doesn't, you know, the deal isn't as awesome. So it's like, that's, you know, definitely factors in to make it the quest a little more interesting or fun or something. The last most recent card I got for this 78 quest is Joe Torre, as his manager card from the Mets. He was actually a player manager for them, maybe in 1977. I think 78 was the first year he was just manager. I think his last playing year was 77, I believe. Got this out the door for $16.43, paid $15.50 for it. I think this one was actually free shipping, so I think I just paid sales tax on it, which made it even nicer. So those are the 2 most recent ones of those. And then I'll do 2 other examples from 78 that were nice deals in particular. Andre Dawson, second-year card. This is just an awesome card. I really love just like the makeup of this card, with the, you know, how they have the rookie cup and just with the batting stance. It's just like the composition is just, this is just a great card for him. Especially since his rookie card, he's on a quad card. So from 77, I got this one out the door, $26.62, so under the $30 limit, and I paid $22.61 in auction, which I think I got a pretty good deal on this one actually. So I think if whether it was not the typical night for an auction, or it might have been a midday, I can't remember. I talked about in a video when I showed this the first time that I think the auction day time ending kind of thing wasn't like the best, so I think I kind of got lucky in winning that. And then the cheapest so far of any of the 78s I've gotten is Fergie Jenkins. I paid all of $13.36 out the door. This thing ran me $7, all of $7.61 in the auction. A Hall of Famer in an 8 for $7.61 in terms of the auction. That's pretty nuts. So I was happy to get this one. Nice shot there of him. So there's a few examples of 78s, and actually out of the 12 I've gotten so far, only one has run me over $30 out the door, and that was my Jack Morris rookie so far, and that was in an 8 as well. I think I paid $35 for that one about. So 2 last ones I'm going to show. This one I just skirted under the $30 limit. It's a 1969 Gil Hodges card, Mets manager from their amazing year. It's in a PSA 6.5. I actually got this in the same purchase as a 1970 Tom Seaver, which out the door, like, so when I split up the cost and kind of figured out the tax and the shipping for this separately, the Seaver I paid like $29 for, and so it was over $30 with tax and shipping, and that was this 1970 and a 6, I think. But for this one, I paid $24.99, and out the door with tax and shipping, $29.56. So just skirted by on this one. Just a cool shot of him. It's actually the same shot they used, I think, in 1968, as Topps was known to do, to repeat photos and various years, especially in the 60s as well as the 50s. They did it in the mid 50s too, like repeating 54 shots and 55 and 56 for several players. But very cool photo of Hodges here, and just from that, it's just a great portrait. Actually, those blue eyes just really pop, and just with the blue, I love this, the color for the Mets. It's just a really, I don't know, this card kind of speaks to me a little bit. I really like it, so was happy to get this for the price that I did get it for. I'll keep that on there. And then the last one I'll show here is the oldest one of the bunch. It's oldest in terms of card year, and it's also oldest in terms of how long ago I got it. Since I got back in the hobby here in 2020, I got this one I looked up my past purchases on eBay, July 31st of 2020, when I was just sort of buying some stuff willy-nilly that just looked fun to get. A 1963 Topps, I'll move Gil off now, 1963 Topps Matty Alou. It's an old PSA label there, but it's an 8, and I got this for the auction price. I can't even remember if it was an auction at this point. I must have been. I paid $14.25 for the winning bid, and it was $19.29 out the door for an 8. And I actually recently, before I saw this VR possibility here, I was just curious about this card because I was sort of reorganizing the slabs that I had picked up and stuff, and so I just came across this again. I was like, oh, I wonder what this is going for. It's going for more than $20, I can tell you that. So at least for what they're asking for it, from some people kind of trying to sell it. So I guess I got this in a pretty good at a pretty good time. Just a cool card. I mean, I think I bought it just because of the pose. It's such a fun pose. And this is a player I wish I had gotten to see play. Looking him up, Baseball Reference. I know he's like, of the 3 Alou brothers, Felipe, Matty, and Jesus. Felipe's most known, of course, but Matty is also pretty well known and had a heck of a career. And he was all of 5'9", 160 listed on Baseball Reference. Won a batting title, 2-time All-Star, hit .342 at Pittsburgh in 1966 to lead the league. Led the league in hits and doubles in 1969. Had 231 hits in 1969. So he was like kind of a role, not a role. He was sort of like a platoon player, and maybe most of the time starter, but not an everyday starter when he was with the Giants. And it took until he got traded to Pittsburgh when he became an everyday player. And I'm literally looking at Baseball Reference right now. From 66 to 69, the guy hit .342, .338, .332, and .331. Then he had an off year in .297 in 1970, and in 71, his first year with the Cardinals, bounced around a few other teams near the end of his career. Hit .315 in 71. I mean, this guy could hit. He had a lifetime average of .307, had 1,777 hits. So cool career there. Just thought I'd show that card as kind of the last one. 7 cheap slabs. Thanks, Theo, for the opportunity, and look forward to seeing other VRs for this one. I'll see you all in the next video. Take care.